The alchemy of self, a journey beyond the mirror. We mistake mirrors for windows and call it self-knowledge. We confuse pleasure for nourishment and name it self-care. But true self-love lives in that rare, sacred territory where courage kneels beside honesty, where we stand unflinching before our own shadow and whisper, "I see you, I claim you, I will work with what you've come to teach." The cartography of inner wilderness. To enter this terrain is to become both explorer and landscape. The first step is a betrayal, of comfort, of inheritance, of the stories we were told to survive. These familiar scripts, polished by repetition, masquerade as identity, but they are prisons, beautiful, convincing, silent. The real journey begins when we dare to ask, what if everything I believe about myself is a beautifully constructed lie? What if my suffering isn't the wound, but the armor I welded around it? This question becomes compass and torch, guiding us into unmapped wilds, the valleys of quiet shame, the rivers of repressed longing, the buried bones of dreams we once dared. Beneath layers of defense, something ancient stirs, a self not invented, but remembered. The architecture of transformation. Imagine self-care not as indulgence, but as sacred architecture. Not scented baths or soft blankets, though those have their place, but fierce, deliberate devotion to your own unfolding. Discipline becomes holy here. Early rising that dethrones comfort, boundaries that shield vitality like cathedral walls, presence that pierces through the fog of distraction. Each choice a stone laid with trembling reverence. What rises from this is not a pleasure palace, but a sanctuary for becoming. Its foundation, promises kept to oneself. Its windows, moments of radical clarity. Its spire, a single, unwavering question, who am I when no one is watching? Shadows and light, the integration. We exile what we fear, rage, grief, lust, hunger for power, and call it healing. But the parts we banish do not disappear. They rebel, they sabotage, they haunt. True healing demands a terrifying hospitality, a setting of the table for every trait you were taught to shame. This is not surrendering to the dark. It is transmutation, alchemy, shadow into substance, fragment into form. Only through this sacred fusion does wholeness take root. Strength braided with softness, ambition bathed in compassion, intelligence softened by wisdom. The self that emerges is not purified but integrated, not perfect but powerfully human. The horizon of transcendence. Then comes the paradox. Real self-love dissolves the self. Those who've walked this inner pilgrimage stop arranging their lives around avoidance. They've touched their terror and found it survivable. They've kissed their chaos and named it holy. No longer performing, no longer pleasing, just present. And from this quiet center blooms the thing we sought all along. Connection untainted by need, generosity unpolluted by performance, purpose rooted in truth, not ego, the return beyond the mirror. And so you arrive, not at a destination but a door. It doesn't open with grandeur. It creaks, slow and reverent, revealing not a throne, but a mirror. And beside it, a key carved from your own longing. Here is the hidden truth. The self you seek waits not in the light, but in the pause between your own breaths. To love yourself fully is to risk vanishing, to shed the performance, to surrender the scaffolding, to become the silence beneath the sound. You do not become by adding, you become by remembering. You return by shedding. You love by surrendering to the unbearable beauty of your own becoming. Self-love is not the gentle whisper of affirmation, but the fierce roar of truth echoed through the hollows of your own soul. It is forged in reckoning, tempered by devotion and crowned by clarity. This is not the path of least resistance. It is the path of deepest resonance, the journey from existence to essence, from potential to purpose, from mere life to living.